Hey guys, hope that you're good. I know it's a bit different, but it's Monday night, and I just thought I would do a daily trade review just for the moment. This is something which I would like to share a little bit more often into the Discord group to show people what opportunities there are every day and why you shouldn't be afraid to take losses. Okay, so today I took 2 trades. I'm waiting on another 2 to enter. What would likely happen is that one of them will get stopped out and the other one should hold. If not, the worst case scenario is that both of them fail, and if that happens, then I'm still up +9 for the day. Okay, so on 9R, let's say, or 9% actually on my account. But I'm just going to go through the opportunities which have happened during the day, the trades which I've missed, and just try to instill a little bit of confidence for you guys, because I said to myself at the start of the week, I'm not going to drop down to the 1 minute time frame this week. I've dropped down to the 5 minute, which is breaching my rules a little bit, but I don't really want to go down further than the 15 minute. So I'm probably going to show you a little bit more on here than what I do on YouTube normally, because I prefer to keep it, daily 4 hour, 15 minute, really nice and clean. The format is the same. It doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. The format is the same. You could drop down to the 1 minute, to the 5 second, whatever. Do it on the tick chart. Actually, tell you what, don't. I use the tick chart too often. It's ego based and I get so many losses because of it. I'm just trying to get rid of using the tick chart. So effectively what we're going to do is we're just going to look at where we got up to last night on the video. So I believe that we got up to here, this candle, on the 4 hour. Tell you what, I'm going to merge it into one screen just to make it a little bit easier and a little bit cleaner for everybody. So we just analyze at the weekend for the week ahead a couple of scenarios of what could happen. All right, let's bring this back on. So I've put this red vertical line just to indicate where the week began and where the previous week ended. And I came up with a few possible predictions or a few possible ideas, and they're pretty much the same in, just in opposite directions. We could either trickle down to this D1 structure, which is essentially a huge order block, which is effectively just a load of demand coming into the market, creating this push up, which only mitigated here and worked its way down. Because we didn't break this high up here on this D1 structure as well, chances are that price is just going to continue to fall down through. But if it doesn't, we still need to be aware of how price reacts when it gets down here on the lower time frames. Okay, I think generally there is going to be a reaction from the midway point, so the equilibrium of this D1 candle. So when it reaches that, by the way, I'm just going to set an alert on that, just so I'm aware of when price gets there, that quite often there's just a bounce directly off the equilibrium, usually like within a pip, 0.1, 0.2 pips. So, I'm not going to set a pending order, but you could, I wouldn't recommend it though. Just watch and see how price reacts down there. So I basically said that price could either trickle down and bounce up, or it could work its way up to here, grab a bit of liquidity and continue its way down, or it could just continue to plummet, or it could work its way up. Well, looking at this, without all the drawings on there, we've just had a massive sell-off, all right? I really don't believe, like I said this quite a few times, I don't believe that the euro is going to recover to its glory days. There's too many weak countries in the euro. That's not to knock any countries. I love Europe, but there are too many countries that need bailing out. They just do not contribute to society in the same way in which Germany and France do. They are carrying Europe. And now the UK is gone, they're screwed. Just my own personal opinion, but it helps me with this bias which has been going on. All right, so we've just been selling off for the last year, or longer actually. If you look at the, look at the monthly, look at this. Euro was strong back in 2008, and it's just slowly tumbling. All right, so back to the 4 hour. Okay, so essentially the market has been dropping all day. Now, I want to show you where the opportunities were to get involved and what it is that I'm doing to mark up my charts. Just going to flick onto the 15 minute and talk you through my thought process throughout the day. Now, I'm not in front of the charts all day, every day, like I used to be, and I prefer it this way. I went out and got a job again because 1, I love property, and 2, I found the pressure of trading full time a little bit too much. There's been a little bit going on in my personal life the last year or so, and quite frankly, I just need to get out of the house every now and then. So essentially, I am not constantly at my charts. So with that in mind, all what I'm doing is following a very, very basic process. All right, I want to see a break a retest of an order block, if there's an order block available, then a break, and then a retest of another order block, and then a break of a retest of an order block. And the easy way to describe this is just it's that. I just want to see breaks at all of these levels. Just break, pullback, break, pullback, break, pullback. Oh, that's not very accurate, but try and get in there, because I'll identify order blocks along the way. All right, really, really simple. That's all what I'm doing, especially when it's continuation patterns like what has been happening lately, because we're expecting price to go from one range, which is essentially up here, down to the next range, and that's it. Price just seems to bounce between ranges. That's all what it seems to do. At the moment, I'm waiting for a couple more trades to get involved in. I might cancel them actually. No, I'm going to keep them on, but I just want to talk you through how it all kind of transpired. And if none of this makes sense, or if some of it does, or whatever, if you saw the same thing, just stick it in the comments section. All right, and I'll do my best to answer you. I'm trying to get a little bit more on top of YouTube comments. So first of all, this happened overnight, and obviously I missed it because I'm not watching the charts at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I struggle to get up enough as it is. So what had happened is that price had come down, and there was just a very minor pullback. I'm not a major fan of this pullback, but I was a fan of what happened here. All right, so the pullback happened, means that we got a break. And then what we had was this extremely strong bearish candle. All right, now what this means is just because there isn't a wick on a higher time frame, this would be a wick. All right, maybe on the half hour, is it potentially a wick? Nope. Hourly, yep. So that's a wick. All right, see, it's a wick now. Doesn't matter if it's a wick or not. What happens? What matters is what happens after the initial pullback. All right, so the initial pullback happened and created this white candle. And then we had the blue candle, which is basically the bearish momentum coming into the market. Now, I decided that this white candle was going to be my premium versus discount model. All right, so I was only really looking at the 50% mark today, trying to get involved. I've been doing the 25%, that's okay, but the 50% seems to get the best rewards for me. Sometimes I'll do the 75%, but you're in and out of trades within seconds sometimes. Doesn't make a massive difference, but just for confidence levels, I wanted to be in at 50% because I could possibly look at my phone and decide whether or not I wanted to cut out a trade and take half an hour loss rather than 1 hour. I am doing the margin of 1% on every single trade, or as close to 1% as possible. So sometimes 1, sometimes 1.04. Just depends how quickly I can work out in my head how much of my account I need to risk on every trade. So this one would have been the first one, which basically I marked it up in hindsight, because all what we had to do was we had to wait for this break at the bottom to be broken. Sorry. So we got a break with a body candle, and what I did at this point, now I left my house at about 8 AM this morning, so this candle had just finished, it had just closed. So I looked back and I thought, right, this has already been mitigated by this and by this, and I liked this pullback up here. However, there'd been a slight mitigation by this red candle, which is the inside bar. Now, I love the inside bar, as you guys know. I see that basically as retailers getting stuck in the wrong direction. I see it as indecision. So I just said to myself, get in. Now, I dropped down to, at this point, I think it was the 5-minute chart. And I saw a bit, here we go. Saw a bit more of an indecision candle. So the process in my head was price had come down, come up, pressed down again, pressed up, and then just pressed right down. All right. So with that in mind, I decided that it was this push up to this push down, which was going to be my order block. If it's not called an order block, I keep on getting compared to ICT recently. I'm not him, and I don't trade his stuff. But if it's not called an order block, correct me and I'll start calling it something else. But it's basically the blocked orders going in the other direction. All right, so that's what I was trading from, and went from the 50% mark. Now, a bit of, not regret, but something which I'm working on, okay, something which I'm really trying to work on is the confidence to hold my trades a little bit longer. I seem to know quite often, which direction, where's everything gone? Oh, right, yeah. I seem to know which direction the trades are going in quite often, and I also seem to notice that the market just bounces between zones, all right? So, yeah, there's another example for another day, but basically the next zone which it's working towards is this D1, which is just hit, all right? Now, with that in mind, I should have held my trade all the way down to here. See, 43% in a day. All right, so entry was there, would have hit it right here. That is 7 hours, 45 minutes, all right, 43%. That's a hell of an account growth, all right? I'll just sit back and do nothing for next month. I wouldn't, but you could. Depends what size account you're trading with. But, you know, I could just chill, chill for quite a while. But, you know, the first target is actually the 4-hour intra target. I don't know how to describe that either, but essentially it's like intra structure. All right, so just look at the 4-hour quickly and I'll show you what I mean. A potential area, you know, just a target to reach, just a potential area where there was a bit of a pullback before we took off. I knew that that could have played a little bit of a role on some sort of reversal to come up, grab liquidity and continue its way down. Now, that would have been the first target, all right, or the second target, but I decided to take my full position off at where it reversed. Where are we? So on the candle, which I had seen the break on, all right, so I targeted about there. All right, so that was the pull down. It was probably about here. And I thought, right, if it comes back up, all I want to see is a break of this. I didn't know at that point if this candle was going to be a blue one as well, but I just wanted to be safe. And I thought, you know what, it's, you know, 10R or plus. I'm just going to take that. So I did, you know, after about half an hour of driving, I saw that I'd taken profit, which was really, really cool. But, you know, if I'd have targeted my first target, it would have been, what, like an hour later, and that would have been almost 19R. And then if I'd have held it all the way down, it would have been, what, 43 that we calculated just then. Yeah, 43 and a half, something like that. Now, that means that so far in the day, you know, I'd gained plus 12, which was sound. However, it could have been 43. So my opportunity cost there was 31 plus, call it 14. 31 plus 14 is 45. So I'm up plus 12. Could have been up plus 45 on top of that, which means that I could be up 57 at that point. And it would only be, oh no, sorry. Yeah, 57 at that point. I was going to say it would only be, you know, 9 o'clock, but I had to wait until down here until it got through. Now, I did get a stop out later on in the day as well. So we got a break of this structure. Now I had to go back and try and find realistic order blocks. Now I didn't really like the wicks on this, all right? I thought, right, this is potential liquidity. These are all wicks. There's no sort of body until we get up to here. And I just wasn't really that confident. So I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go based on what I can see here, a very minor pullback. So we got a second break and I thought, you know what? Sometimes it is just a minor pullback and then we continue on. A little bit premature because I got stopped out almost immediately, about, yeah, a couple of minutes into it, and it was like in and out. It's a shame, but whatever. Then I did drop down to the 5 minute to see if there was another potential order block here, which I couldn't really see despite, you know, feeling that there was likely liquidity along here. So I saw this essentially, and it was putting me off a little bit, but I wanted to see whether or not there was something on the lower time frames. Now I didn't want to go down to the 1 minute, because I pretty much promised myself no 1 minute entries this week, and I'll see how my trading improves. And essentially what we had was, you know, similar to the other one. Price had worked its way down, let's go to there, worked its way up, worked its way down, then up, and then down again. All right, so it's from this push down to this push up. There was probably an even tighter entry on the 1 minute, but I decided not to even look at the 1 minute. I know it's still up here, but temptation's there, but I need to fight it from time to time. Okay, so I marked out again on the 50%, and on TradingView, yeah, it looks as though we hit it. On my broker feed, we didn't. We missed it by like 0.1, 0.2. I didn't get in. It was only a 2.5 or a 2.4 pip stop, but I didn't get in. You know, really frustrating, but I didn't get in. If I did, and I'd have held it down to where it should be going, there's another 21 right there. Okay, so what did we get to? Was it 57 or something? Could have been 68 at this, no, 78. Something like that, something crazy, okay? So, oh, where's everything gone? Oh, it's all gone. Right, that's a bit weird. I don't know where it's all gone. Oh, and it's back. That was odd. Why is TradingView doing this? Okay, So I had to stop out there. I had a miss there, and I thought, oh, no way, what's happening? So essentially, I just wanted to wait until the next break. Okay, so the break was here. I then needed to mark up on my charts anywhere which was a little bit more realistic to get involved again. All right, so again, just got into the next pullback just before the break, which was here, and I did not get tagged. I've just missed out on this in the last couple of hours, and it's a bit frustrating because this will be used as liquidity. This now might get used as liquidity just to get anything out of here and continue our journey down, or this could break. So, price could come up, potentially break, get involved there and continue down. Knowing my luck, it will shoot through to both, or it will just not even come back up. But essentially over here with this one, again, what we had was a nice sort of strong pullback up and then an aggressive move down. Not as aggressive as the move up to it, but essentially I think I found, was it a 5-minute order block on here? Please don't say it's a 1 minute, because I did say to myself I'm not going to get involved in a 1 minute again. Oh, why is trading view going so slowly? Is it a 3 minute? Oh man, this is bad. This is a 1 minute. Yeah, it's a 1 minute. Okay, well, I can explain this. All right, I can explain it. Okay, the reason why I got involved on the 1 minute, or was trying to get involved and still trying to get involved, is sometimes it's just not clear on the higher time frames that you do actually want to see a smaller pinpoint entry. Now, I'm just going to break down this structure for you, okay, make it really, really clean. We got obviously a strong move up, a move down. We got basically a sweep of these highs right here. So if I work backwards, oh, it's going to do that again. But can you see that? We've got this sweeping the highs of those by like fractions of pips, but we didn't get a break of this high. All right, so basically it's a failed push up, and then we got a break of this. So once we were game on that, I could basically say, okay, it's not necessarily this push because we got a little push down and then another push up before the strong push down. I wouldn't call this an imbalance or a gap, that's fractional. But this candle itself, I was a little bit more sort of, yeah, okay, if I can get involved on that, I will. Because the distance is 4 pips. Yeah, there we go, it's 4 pips. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to try and get a 2-pip entry. Again, I've been setting to myself that I don't really want to do one minute entries or anything like that. So really it's just pending orders. Even if I do spot an entry on the, on the 1 minute, fine. But essentially I'm not going to be taking my trades off the 1 minute. Even though that kind of is. But if I do get in on that and I decide to feed it down to now, it will be down to here, that'll be 34R. And this one will be, if this one gets tagged in and holds, it will be about 10R after commissions and stuff. Well, that's just showing you effectively what opportunities there are available in the markets. Like this is just one day. All right, so I haven't finished off this structure, so let's just do that. Now I could have easily, yeah, okay, so another one which has been missed while I've been blabbering to myself. This nice one here. Why is this one good? Let's just mark this up as a 15, just to remind myself when I look at it later. Well, it took a sweep of this. It should have tagged into this because I should really be in on a 0.25, but I'm holding out for 0.5. And I would have been getting involved too around, just going to do this roughly, yeah, about there. Just to here at that point, 7. All right, I wasn't thinking that was going to be so good, but should be in 7 right there. You know what? I haven't missed. I haven't missed because that hasn't entered. Oh, what am I on about? But yeah, there's another one which I can mark up on my charts now anyway. Yeah, so it hasn't entered. It hasn't triggered it. But this did come into the area. So you could say that this is probably going to be used as liquidity to get into this. And just continue to work your way down. However, the halfway point is about here. All right, so let's just do this quickly. I'm just going to mark out where the 50% mark is. Right there. 3842. All right, so it's only this red line here. If I did get involved, yeah, still would be like a 1 to 10 trade, not too bad. But this is all what I'm doing. This is all what I'm doing on a daily basis. See, this is just what of potentially 12, 14, 18 hours potentially of trading. There's almost 100R right there. And if you did go down to the 1 minute and took all these pullbacks, you'd have loads of stop outs, but you would have probably over 100R. 100R. If you're doing 1% of your account on every trade using your personal account, wouldn't recommend it with like an FTMO account or anything like that. But if you're using your personal account, there's well over 100R here. There's no doubt about it. I've just gained 11% today. It's more like 10.5 now. But it could have been 8 or 9 times as much. Not bad. But if this has been helpful, let me know. Stick it in the comment section. I'll do more of these sort of like midweek reviews. I was going to plan to do one for Wednesday just to show you guys, but I just thought today is pretty good. I've been on the ball in regards to marking up my charts regularly and just watching over the charts, and it has been quite an enjoyable day trading, largely because I got that win. If I'd have missed everything and only got stop outs, I'd be quite frustrated, but that's just my personality. I'm trying to suppress it a little bit. But guys, thank you very much, and yeah, I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.